Okay. Rohan Patel, comic book movie. Hey, Malcolm, how are you?
Hey, how you doing? Good morning.
Not too bad. I'm a huge fan, Malcolm. I love iZombie, so this was real cool
Oh,
talking to
thank
you.
you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Um, so first and foremost, like, how did you want to differentiate Oscar from Clive outside of the tweet?
That's a good question. Um, the difference is I think Clive isn't as tightly wound up as Finlay at
Hmm.
all. Clive is a little bit more easygoing. The one thing they do have in common is their strong sense of right or wrong and justice. But Oscar Finlay is more by the book than Clive is, because obviously Clive works with a zombie, so he's just like,
Yeah,
which isn't by the books at all. Where Oscar Finlay, he's by the books, and he has something to prove.
yeah, and he's such a great character because he has such this very rewarding arc that he peels back layers over the course of the season. He's not just
Yeah,
hard ass.
absolutely.
Um, So like this fish out of water feeling that you had to portray. Because I grew up in North Carolina, so I felt that fish out of water like feeling just being in the South. Like, what am I doing here? But so
Yeah,
like, where did you draw upon to kind of like convey those emotions and bring that out in your character?
I think for me it was my connection with in terms of being this fish out of water. I think it's and I don't know. I think I felt that several times. Sometimes you can feel like that on having a new job, and questioning whether or not you belong here, or not. I think that whether that's an acting job or whether that's a job at a McDonald's. When I was young, I worked at McDonald's, and it was very weird. But it's one of those things. Any place you put yourself in where you can feel uncomfortable, out of your depth, although you have the talent and the skill to fit right in, but it's kind of you getting in your way sometimes, or what other people told you can't do or can do, that you kind of bring into those situations. So I listen. I took from many situations in my life. I'm coming up, even the first time coming to LA and feeling like, okay, everybody comes to LA to try to give this to be an actor and try to take a swing at the bat, and how is this thing going to work out? So I kind of drew from that, but knowing like Oscar Finlay, he knows he is qualified, he knows he can do this, um and that's what he hangs his hat on, and that's what he hangs on to. So I kind of drew from those experiences.
And your scenes with Alan are some of the best in the show. And so like, what was that kind of like working with him and like developing that chemistry, like this almost brotherly, like friendly chemistry that you guys come? Was it pretty instant, or is that something that like as your two characters kind of bonded, you get two also bonded?
I felt like it kind of happened instant, because I think we had one rehearsal before filming, and we were just supposed to do a reading, and then Alan starts reading, and he's off book at the rehearsal. We don't shoot for another month, I think.
Yeah.
He's off book, but you know what? I'm off book too. And then we we put the page down, and then we started doing the scene. And while we're doing the scene, it's like, oh, you're off book too? Oh, we're dancing. And so the fact that we kind of both did that instinctually, we had, an adequate, we didn't have to be off book that soon, but we chose to do that without even talking to one another. And so we was able to do those scenes and those rehearsals without the script in hand. We just pushed them all away and started doing it. And that chemistry kind of happened. I felt like it happened instantly.
Yeah, no, it does feel very natural. I love that joke at the end when he's talking about your guns, and
Oh yeah.
but
Yeah, I forgot
uh,
about that. That's right. Yeah, yeah.
so like both of you guys are dealing with your respective. Like he's dealing with the loss of his brother. You're dealing with the loss of your wife. So, what do you think it was about these two characters that they saw in each other that they found this natural kinship that kind of resulted in them sharing that pie at the end?
I think it's that they're both dealing with loss, and a lot of their tactics and um their passion and tenacity comes from that. They're drawn from the same kind of well of grief. And instead of having that grief make them stagnant, it actually makes them active. Um, or that activity allows them to hide from it or not deal with it. And once they realize they have that in common, and that's shooting that scene was a powerful day. That's when they realize, okay, we're more alike than we are different.
Awesome. And how good was that pie?
Oh, I didn't eat it. If you see me eating it, it is CGI. I don't know. Did I eat that pie? It was peach pie. Oh, it was good. It was good. It was good.
It looked good.
It was okay.
Yeah, so like there's a lot of action. You like stay out of the action for most of it, and it's like, screw it, I'm getting in on it. And there are a lot of brutal kills, but I would say that you get the most brutal kill when you take out Picard at the end. So what was
Oh
it like
yeah,
filming that finale and that showdown ultimately?
dude, I felt like John McClane in Die Hard.
Yeah,
I mean, I felt like I'm like, with the tank top with the holsters.
yeah,
I'm like, this is straight Die Hard. Come on, man. And I love Die Hard movies. So it was yeah, it was great. It was Finlay going for broke, going for broke, and props to those to all the stunt men and women on that set. Everyone just brung it. Um, my stunt guy just killed it. I just watched him. I'm like, well, I hope I can look as good as that when I have to do it for real. But it was fun. It was just a lot of fun. I was literally pinching myself. I can't believe I was doing some of the things um that we were filming. But everything was thoroughly, we had a lot of rehearsal for it. That was also great too. So everybody felt safe.
awesome. Yeah, no, it came out wonderful. And how long did that like? Was it like a month-long process or shorter than that or longer?
Yeah, rehearsals. We probably started. We've been. I think we filmed 5 months.
Okay,
Rehearsals for that scene, for those last scenes, started the first month end. So we were rehearsing for several months before we shot it.
awesome. And I don't want to keep you too long, but I did have to ask because I am a big iZombie fan. I love that show when it was on. So
Yeah,
it's like, what's your relationship with the cast? Not like, do you guys still keep up with one another? Because I know Rose just had her shows being successful. Rahul's doing his thing.
yeah.
David. So like, what's your guys' dynamic like even today?
Oh yeah, we're still all friends. Yeah, I mean, I literally just talked to Rose yesterday. She was filming her last episode of Ghost,
Hmm.
and yeah, I talked to Raul yesterday because we're working on the next project after this. I'm
Yeah.
working on is for the House of Usher. So had my meeting with Mike Flanagan, and then Raul called me afterwards. How'd it go? So he's a big reason why I'm a part of that project. He just fought to get my name in the mix, and it worked out.
Awesome. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that. Are you guys are you started already, or is it something you're about
Yeah,
to get back reunite?
they started filming already, and but my portion of the series starts filming. It films in April, May for 2 months.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Hopefully, I can see you and Rahul back together. But this has been so awesome, Malcolm. Thank you so much for your time. I really
Thank,
appreciate it.
thank you, appreciate it.